Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast about nada. Sometimes I've been in that corner and I ain't gonna do it, but you know what song that comes from. If you don't know, that comes from D'Angelo Ball, Tweaker. He is the middle brother of the Ball family brothers from their dad is LeVar Ball, his brother is Lonzo Ball, his little brother is LaMelo Ball. He's the only brother that's not in the NBA, but he is still making bangers. He made a 2000 type vibe called Tweaker. Got your box Chevy going stupid. All your uncles and aunties and grandpas and grandmas is probably banging this song right now in their car. Honestly, the reason why it's really so popular right now is because we haven't had a good song for real, in a long time. And this is something that, like, it brings everybody together because, it's just a good song. And nobody haven't had a good song in a long time to listen to. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how Joy Taylor and that situation at Fox Sports, we got to speak on that. We're going to talk about Shaq and Dwight Howard and that little weird beef they got going on. And then my Colts failed me at the playoffs. Didn't make it to the playoffs. Florida State didn't make it to the playoffs. So my only team that's loved to do something for me is the OKC Thunder. And man, are they doing a good job. They are at top of the standings in the Western Conference. And tonight we will be facing the best team in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers, at 7 p.m. on ESPN. So I will be covering all that and more on this episode of the podcast about nada. So if you're ready to hop in and listen to some stuff, peace. See you in a little bit. Hello, everybody, and we're back. And the first topic is Joy Taylor and everything that's going on at Fox Sports. If you don't know what's going on, let me give you a quick update. Joy Taylor is the host of Undisputed on Fox Sports. Normally, used to see like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp on there going at it, but she is the host. She's one of these like the female hostesses, and she's not just there to just ask questions. She gives her opinion and stuff like that. I'm not going to sit up here and knock her position, knock what she does. That's very critical, very useful in the space of podcasting space. You need a median man, a media person that just bounces the stuff back and forth. You don't want somebody always giving their opinion, and nobody's there to balance it. You need somebody asking the question, somebody to lead the conversation, somebody to keep the flow going. And that's what Joy Taylor did. The situation is that she used her sexual prowess to get into positions that would not have been available to her if she did not use her sexual prowess. In layman's terms, she had sex with people to elevate the position. These are all allegations. These have not been proven yet, but these have all been in the court documents that have been released to the public. And in the court documents, it states that Joy Taylor had sex with one of her co-hosts. That would be I think Aliko or something like that. And then she also had sex with Charlie Dixon. Now Charlie Dixon is the one that really brings up a lot of that really makes your ears stand up, is because he is the executive vice president of content at Fox Sports. That man has one of the highest ranking jobs at the department, and she was utilizing that with her sexual prowess to then get whatever she wanted. And with that comes a downside that when she didn't get what she wanted, that this is could be possibly the reason why we're hearing about this right now. Could be because she didn't get what she wanted in another position or more pay. Outside of just Joy Taylor, it's not just her at Fox Sports that's under a lot of like scrutiny. Somebody else is under a lot of scrutiny is Skip Bayless, who's being sued for $1.5 million from a former stylist at the company. She was said that Skip Bayless was touching her inappropriately and ultimately worked himself upwards to sexual harassment in the office. Now, this is something that we do not take lightly here at the podcast about Naruto or at ULM Production. So this again is allegations. So she made these allegations that when he would come in and, get his makeup and get his hair done, that he would use his power to gain positions and to gain favors and to do things that would not have been done if he was not Skip Bayless at did Fox on Undisputed. And so a lot of people, did what he said do to keep their jobs. Unfortunately, it's as bad as that sounds. And so with that comes also when the young lady left, she gained the courage to finally sue Skip Bayless. And when she sues Skip Bayless, all these paperwork come out. That's when everything starts coming out. That's when we start hearing notifications about Joy Taylor and all this other stuff. And there's way more documents, way more files and stuff on this. I'm not here to do that type of stuff. I just had to let it be known to the public about what's going on with Joy Taylor and at Fox Sports because Skip Bayless is in it too. So I'm not going to stay on this topic for long because that is a sad topic to see somebody work all their way up and then you thinking they're doing a great job and then you kind of find out that it might be, how do I put it? Like somebody's pulling the rug from under her and you don't even know it. And so, yeah, enjoy. All right, people, and the next thing I want to talk about to you is Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. Again, this has been like a I'm just keeping you guys updated on everything that's going on. Shaq and Dwight has been having this beef for almost up to like 10 to 15 years, right? No, let's say about 10 years. About 10 years. This beef has been going on since Dwight Howard took place in the slam dunk competition and he wore the Superman costume coming out the phone booth. Shaq didn't appreciate that. Shaq then goes on his he goes on his media platforms and tell everybody, I'm the real Superman. He ain't no Superman. I'm the real Superman. And it goes to, and Shaq has came out and said that this was all like fake and he was just joking and stuff like that. But Dwight Howard didn't take it like that. On the one of Dwight Howard's like latest podcast episodes, Dwight Howard came out of his mouth and told that with Shaq that he should leave him alone. Like he's sick and tired of dealing with another man bothering him and asking him questions and questions and questions and questions and questions all day, every day. And he got tired of it, seriously like blew up and told Shaq like if you want to do something about it, like bro, like do you not like me? Like do we have to fight? Do we have to put hands on each other or something? Because this is starting to get out of hand. And he's not wrong. Because honestly, if it was me and somebody's talking about me constantly talking about me, and it's not like I'm constantly talking about them back, it's like a one-sided beef. This is weird activity, bro. Especially because of the fact that like the reason why it's being played, how it's being played out is Dwight Howard needs Shaq approval to enter the big man's club. When Dwight Howard stood on his own and became one of the biggest names in the industry, playing center, he played at your place, took your team to the finals, won multiple DPOYs, and got a championship playing with the Lakers. Like I don't know what more this man. I don't know what more Dwight Howard has to do. I don't even want y'all respect no more. Cause if you're not willing to give me respect after everything I've done, I don't even want it. And if you still gonna talk about me like I want your respect, I don't, bro. Like let it go. I'm over that. Like I'm a grown man. I got a newly engaged fiance. Like I'm over this, bro. And so that's why I feel like the White House is coming from. And then you have Shaq on the other end who's just like, yo, man, I'm just joking with you, bro. Why you gotta take everything so serious? Like, hashtag I don't care. Hashtag you going never gonna get my approval. Hashtag you need my approval. I need yours. Like, and he just kept going on Twitter, and that's Shaq for you. And honestly, I had to bring this up just because this was something that was on my mind, and I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention. So yeah, another one. Enjoy. All right, guys. Tonight at 7 p.m., the best team in the NBA will be taking the floor. Whether that's the Cleveland Cavaliers or that's the OKC Thunder, one of those two teams will submit themselves as the best team in the NBA this season. OKC Thunder are coming off a 15-game winning streak. Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 10-game winning streak. Cleveland sits at the top of the East. Thunder sits at the top of the West. This is just going to be a blockbuster matchup. You have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you have Donovan Mitchell, you have Jalen Williams, you have Darius Garland, you have Evan Mobley, you have Isaiah Hartenstein, you got Lou Dort, you got Jerry Allen. It's bodies all over the floor that's going to contribute tonight, and it's going to be about which team is truly the best. And at 7 o'clock on ESPN, you are going to be able to tune in and watch that. I'm so glad that they're starting to put these prime matchups on accessible websites, not no NBA TV, not no TNT, ESPN, where everybody can watch the good sports. You know, and tonight, what I feel like we're going to show as the OKC Thunder, what I feel like we're going to show is that we're a great defensive team, because this will be the second time we done went up against the top team in the East, whether that was the Celtics last week or the Cleveland Cavaliers this week. Uh, Something I want to see us stop doing is stop playing from behind in the second half. I don't know what Coach Mark Dragonoff is telling them boys in the halftime speeches, but for us to be able to contain Boston, who shoots 50, I think 50 to 63 a game to 27 points in the second half, is mind-boggling. Jaylen Brown had 21 points in the first half, did not put up a single stat in the second half. Do you hear me? Yeah, he was in the Lou Dort chamber, but still, though, that is an amazing feat that we cannot take away from Lou Dort or from OKC Thunder. For us to be able to come down from 10-0 and then flip it and then go up 15, that's a 25-point swing in the second half. That's remarkable, and that's not the first time we have done that. We have done it against multiple teams. Not saying a 25-point swing, but second half adjustments, and we come out and we just straight up lock shit down. Now tonight, what I feel like we're going to have to do is we're going to have to like really be big. because they're bigger than us, and this is gonna be something new that we haven't faced. Something that kind of hurt us when we played Milwaukee. Giannis just kind of went down into the block and just abused us because we didn't have nobody big enough to guard him. Same thing here. We have Jared Allen, we have Evan Mobley, two 7-footers in the game at the same time, and we only have one. Isaiah Hartenstein. Until Chet Holmgren comes back and we can finally be able to deal with these two big lineups, these kind of big lineups, I feel like J Dub is going to have to play a huge part. Him, Williams, Jalen Williams. Yes, we have a Jalen Williams and another Jalen Williams. So you hear him say J Dub and you hear him say J Will. So J Will is our big man, Jalen Williams. And he'll come in, he'll be able to throw his body around, help out a little bit. Isaiah Hartenstein. Who else go down there? Shea will go down there. The whole team goes down there when we have a small lineup. And you can't really tell that we're playing, mismatch because we've been playing like this all season. So it's just one of those things where we're going to have to just pull up our bootstraps and really pull this one out for the mud. We're going to be in Cleveland. We're ready to start our Eastern Conference road trip. I think it's going to be like 5 to 7 games on the road. I think something crazy like that. It's a long road trip. So we're finna go on this road trip. Hopefully, come back, winning basketball. Get a couple of wins while we're out on the road. Try to stretch this win streak up to 20. See where we can go. Just see where we can go. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to my final segment, and then we're going to be out of here, people. Peace, love, and happiness. And guys, this will be the last and final segment. I know this episode is kind of short today. I didn't really have much to talk about today. They're kind of always going to be this short, like 15 minutes. Just something you can pop in your car while you're doing, a quick cleanup, listen to it, and you keep moving on. The next thing I want to talk about is me, right? It's going to be kind of like a me topic. I'm happy, guys. I haven't been as happy in a long time. I'm happy because I'm working towards something. I'm working towards getting 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube. I'm working towards getting 1,000 listeners on this podcast. I'm working on buying me a house. Well, renting a house right now. I already bought me a new car. I'm working on these things. I'm trying to finish the pilot for my new show, The Four of Us. I'm doing things. I'm creating things. I didn't realize how much I like creating things and how much of a good space this puts me in. That's what I wanted to come up and talk to you guys about was ULM Productions. Like, what am I trying to do with ULM Productions? Like, somebody asked me, one of my students asked me, it was like, Mr. Williams, what is ULM Productions? Like, why do you have a production studio? And like, what's the purpose of it? And honestly, the purpose of my production studio is so I can make content however I want to make it. Like, I don't like looking at certain people's content and be like, dang, those are restrictions. That's the only way we can make this. That's the only way we can do this. I don't like those restrictions. And so when I created my own production studio, and yes, it's a small one. It's only one person here, a writer, a director, producer, creator, actor, all that. It's just me. I'm having fun doing it. I don't have to spread no responsibilities. I don't have to look at somebody and get disappointed or have expectations that are too high or too low. It's like just me. I know what to expect out of me. I know what to appreciate from me. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. I know what I need to learn. Don't know what I need to learn. And so all of that helps me to create content that is better for the world. Because I ain't going to say I'm sit up here and say I'm the most funniest guy or sit up here and say I'm the most creative guy. I'm not. What I am is a guy that constantly learns and gets better over time. And I've been treating this like that type of process. How do I create this content better? How do I do that better? If I'm doing this podcast, how do I make it 10 times better than the next podcast? And the next podcast not being somebody else's, I don't compare myself to a lot of people. When I say next podcast, I mean my past episode. If I got 2 views on my last episode, how am I going to get 3 on this one? How am I going to get 4 on the next one? And so on and so forth. Because sooner or later, my dreams for my stuff, I already told you, is 10,000 subs on the YouTube, 1,000 active listeners on my podcast. And then a studio company is going to pick up my pilot, The Four of Us. And you guys probably saying, those are some really high goals and expectations. Yeah, but you expect them to be low? You expect me to say, oh, I want 100 subs. Because then when I get it, then what? No, I want 10,000 subs. I want dream high. So anything that comes below it, nah, I ain't really that happy with it. I can still keep going because I know my big goal is up here. And that just pushes me to go forward, pushes me to go harder, pushes me to be a better person, pushes me to be a better content creator, pushes me to be a better podcaster, stuff like that. Just even in the space of like when I'm like sitting down doing nothing, like my mind is constantly working. Like, how do I create more content? Like when I did the Sunday errands video, when I went and did my Sunday errands, I didn't realize I've been living a content creator lifestyle. I just never used to like pressing record all the time because I didn't really like showing my life to people. I was one of the people who used to like do stuff by myself all the time and stay low key and stay shy. And I realized that people are actually interested in my life. People are actually interested in what I do daily. People actually will get onto their phones, log into an app, and say, "Damn, what did Khalid post today?" I never thought what happened, and it's happening over and over and over again. And I'm learning that it's possible. It's possible for me to be able to create this content. It's possible for me to be able to gain followers, gain subs. I'm not even worried about the making the money part because that's gonna come. That's gonna come. I'm just worrying about making content that's gonna keep me here relevant for a long, long time. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode, man. I didn't want to stay on here too long and rant about stuff. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and see you guys on the next episode. Peace. Enjoy.